Good morning, grade 8 students. How was your weekend? I hope that everyone is ready to start a week full of learning as we are going to travel another side of the world today. Make sure that you are comfortably sitting on your screen right now. So without further ado, let's get started. So before we go to our main topic, let us check some pictures and tell me your insights. Picture number 1. What can you see in the photo? Yes?
Well, I can see in the photo a lot of people with different races from different countries.
That's right. So what do you think are the nationalities of these people?
I think the nationalities of these people are Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, Korean, from Thailand, and Arabian.
Wow, that is just right. So thank you. Let us go to the next picture. How about this?
Well, I think it's Muslim people.
Yes, exactly. By merely just looking at them, you can already identify their nationality, right?
Yes.
Because of what they,
Dress.
yes, how they dress or what they wear. They are wearing the tirong and as well as the clothes that is very covered. How about the next picture?
Those are Africans.
Exactly. Those are African women, right? Yes, they are women. They are girls. So they are using colorful African dresses. This one is called, what do we call this here?
Sarong.
Yes, sarong or malong in Mindanao. And how about this?
Children's Indians.
Yes, they are simply brothers and sisters who are hugging each other and they look so happy, right?
Yes.
They are also Muslims because they are wearing this tirong. So the last picture would be this one.
Families.
Okay, so these are or they are families with what?
Different nationalities.
Very good. This might be.
Chinese.
Do you think it's Chinese? Look at my.
Are Muslims?
Yes, it may be Muslims and
Chinese.
Chinese. This may be
Americans.
okay, and this one is. They can be the Africans. That's right. So, what do you think will be our topic for today?
It would be. It will tackle about the different people of the countries or around Asia.
Okay, so thank you for trying. Let us see if you got it right. All right. You said that it's more on the different people, maybe around the country or Asia, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it is said here our MELC competency would be analyze literature as a mirror to a shared heritage of people with diverse backgrounds, specifically in the Afro-Asian literature. So you got it right. We will talk about the people, their heritage, specifically in the Africa, Asian countries only. Wow. So let's proceed. Before we will have our topic, of course, we have objectives. Please read.
To be able to determine the heritage of people with diverse backgrounds. Analyze literature as a mirror to a shared heritage of people with diverse background. To fully appreciate and understand Afro-Asian literary text, and to demonstrate a sense of understanding in one's belief and convictions.
Thank you. So somehow we have some words that we cannot really understand. So let us unlock them. First is Literature. It derives from a Latin word literatura. Literature is most commonly referred to as creative imagination of human mind, which includes poetry, drama, fiction, non-fiction journalism, and in some instances, song. So it means that literature can be seen everywhere, and every country we have, in every country, they have their own literature. Okay? Poetry, especially nowadays, um, those poetries that we can see on YouTube, the unspoken poetry, right? Drama that we can see on TV or online. Fiction, which means,
Fantasies.
yes, the fantasies or the fantasy dramas that we have, the fantasy stories that we have. For example, of fantasy stories, the superheroes that we have, the characters, Wolverine and others, Peter Pan, right? Non-fiction,
Those are stories that are happening in real life situations.
that's right. Example are biographies,
Yes.
okay. Journalism,
It reports news,
the news that we have online, on the newspaper, on the radio, or on the television. And songs that we heard on the radio, as well as TV. All of them are examples of literature. So what do you think will happen once we will not have this literature in our country or in the world?
maybe our life will be boring and we will not be able to know. Like for example, in the field of journalism, we will not be able to know about the news or the happenings and everything in our world.
Thank you for that very good answer. So yes, life will not be that meaningful to us. Just like, I mean, arts as well, the paintings that you can see are also part of literature. So it makes our life more meaningful, right?
Yes.
So next would be heritage, or the other term for this is legacy or inheritance. This is something that is transmitted by or acquired from people of the past, or those attributes that we are still practicing right now. Yes. And last one is diverse. Other term for this is different. It includes or involving people from a range of different social and ethnic backgrounds and of different genders, different sexual orientations, and etc. So, here in the Philippines, we already have different ethnic groups, right? So, what more if we will go outside the country? Then we will still um, face different ethnic backgrounds. But in spite of the differences that we have, we still work together as one.
Yes.
For example, um, I know most of you here in the class would love watching KTV drama, right? Or the Korean dramas. We love them, right?
Yes.
Yes, because they are part of Korean literature. And we tend to love them because of the quality of movies that they have. How about the K-pop songs?
Yes, ma'am.
Sometimes,
Idolize.
yes, sometimes you will also apply it to yourself, right?
Yes.
You will learn how to speak Korean.
We will learn how to dress like them.
Yes, we also learn how to dress like them. So that is one importance of literature. Let's proceed. So our first activity would be think, pair, and share. That is the thumbs up or thumbs down guessing game. So why think, pair, and share? Because you will only have one partner, and that partner will be the one that is sitting on your side. And our instructions would be Give me a thumbs up if you agree to my statement, and thumbs down if not. Second, you will only have 5 seconds to think and decide. You and your partner must give me the same answer, thumbs up or thumbs down, because each of you with a correct answer will have 2 points. And with a twist, the highest score that we will have on this activity will be given treats from me after the class. Okay? Are you excited?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, why not? And write your scores in a 1/4 piece of paper. Be honest and enjoy and have fun. Okay. So we will have 4 groups for this class. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's start. Question number 1. Sunni Islam is the largest religion in Egypt, and Arabic is their language. Answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's your answer?
Down. Thumbs down.
Let me see. That's a
Okay.
thumbs up. So other groups got it right. Thumbs up because 90% of Egypt's population are Muslims. So we have 2 different types of Muslims, the Sunni Islam and the Shia Islam. The Sunni Islam is the one who's they believe in Allah. They believe in the Bible of Muslim, which is Quran,
Quran.
and they believe that Allah can give you or can save you in heaven. The other I will not go further na no sa other type of Muslim. How about in the Philippines? What?
Christianity.
Yes, Christianity is the largest religion, and what's the language?
Filipino.
Filipino. Very good. This is a picture of mosque that we have, the largest mosque that is found in Mecca in Saudi Arabia. So all the Muslims go there. After that, they will be holy, and they will come back in our country full of money. And also they will be blessed, as well as they will, especially the women, they will be starting to dress like the one that you saw a while ago, covered, all of covered, and then the eyes will be the only one who's revealing. Next, number 2. Philippines is 3 hours ahead of Egypt.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down, let us see, and correct! Clap your hands. That's a thumbs down because we are 6 hours away or ahead of Egypt. So if it is 4:57 p.m. in Egypt, what time should it be in the Philippines?
10:57 p.m.
Let me check. Wow, that's another 2 points. Next question. Oh, we have this. This is just for knowledge, additional knowledge. So the question is, why do we have different time zones? Because the rotation of the Earth on its axis causes day and night. As the Earth rotates, this is the axis. As the Earth rotates, 1/2 of the Earth faces the Sun at any given time. The half of the Sun is facing the light or the day, and the other half of the sun of the Earth is facing the dark, which is the night. So that's the reason why we have different time zones. Next, rupee is the currency in Egypt. Thumbs up or down? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thumbs up.
Let us check.
Down.
Whoa, that's thumbs down. This picture is an example of the currencies that we have in Egypt, and the correct answer is Egyptian pound is the currency in Egypt. Because, I mean, if an Egyptian pound is equivalent to 2.98 pesos, then 20 Egyptian pound is equivalent to?
59.6.
Let me check. That is, come on. That's 59.6 pesos. You got it right. Next. Okay. What can you see in the picture?
It's a pyramid.
A pyramid, that's right. Most pyramids in Egypt were built as tombs for the country's pharaohs and their consorts. Consorts means wife, husband, or companion. During the Old and Middle Kingdom periods. Is this thumbs up or down?
Thumbs up.
Let me see. That's correct. A thumbs up. So do we have pyramids here in the Philippines?
None.
Exactly. None. Because Egypt is known for having tombs as one of their heritage. These tombs was built in the ancient people of Egypt for religious purposes. So since we don't have this
Pyramids.
tombs, pyramids, we only have this.
Hills.
Yes, the mountains. That is one of the greatest heritage that we have there. Koshari is Egypt's national dish.
Thumbs
Oh,
up.
yes, that's a thumbs up, sorry. And look, this is the Egyptian koshari, or the national dish in Egypt. This one, it looks like a shawarma, but this one is a koshari. It involves, or it includes, what? Macaroni, salad, the spaghetti, yes, rice, corn, what's this? Tomato paste, onions, and some kind of beans.
Yes.
Wow.
Beans.
Would you like to try to eat that?
Maybe. Soon.
Okay. What's our national dish in the
Adobo.
Philippines? Very good. That's adobo. Yummy. Pharaoh is both the religious and political leader of ancient Egypt.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, you're right. So this is the social pyramid of Egypt. Pharaoh as the highest, government officials including the priests, soldiers, scribes or the writers, merchants or the businessmen and businesswomen, artisans, the one who's doing the arty crafts, farmers, and the slaves. Slaves are the one who's doing the pyramids, as well as the um, obelisk. You will learn more about obelisk later. So, how many points do you have now?
3.
You got 3 times 2, that is
6.
6 points. And who got the highest score? Let me know later on, because you will have something from me. So let's proceed. Egyptian literature traces its beginnings to ancient Egypt, which is known to be the earliest literature. Indeed, the Egyptians were the first culture to develop literature as we know it today. That is the book. So, one of the earliest literature came from Egypt. The one that they are using in writing their works are the papyrus. This papyrus comes from a plant, and they will combine it to form a sheet of paper where they can write. And this one is the obelisk. They will, as you can see, if you will just zoom this picture out, we have some writings here. If you watch the movie Gods of Egypt, one of the pharaohs there is demanding all the servants to create one obelisk for him. Okay, so here, how did you find the activity?
I find fun and interesting.
Wow, that's right. because you learn more
about the literature.
and also the country itself. Yes. Do you think in literature it is important to learn more about the country?
Yes, it is very important to learn the literature or about the country because as literature, it also tells us about the past or the histories of the countries which can be used at the present times.
Wow, that is an amazing answer. The more that you will learn more about the history of one country, the more that you will have deeper understanding on its literature, right?
Yes.
Next, what have you learned in doing this activity?
I have learned that um, the Egyptian literature plays a great role, especially not only on Egypt but also in other countries, which those literature influences other countries.
Wow, bravo! Do you imagine yourself staying in other country?
Maybe no.
Okay. So, if you are to choose, what country would you like to visit?
If I were given a chance to choose, I will visit South Korea.
I think you love Korean pop, right? The
Yes.
K-pop singers. Okay, what K-pop group do you like?
EXO.
Oh, okay, the boy group, boy
Yes.
band group. Okay, so, ma'am, here's the question. Okay, you will ask me, right? Mom, out of all the countries, why Egypt? Yes, because Egypt is a part of Northern Africa. This is the map of Africa, and as you can see, it is highlighted here that Egypt is on the top part of Africa. And since we are discussing more on the African Asian countries or African Asian literature, I choose Egypt because Egypt plays a very important role when it comes to literature. They are one of the most earliest um, literature that we have. So now we have a story time. The Two Brothers by an Egyptian folk tale. The tale of the two brothers is an ancient Egyptian story that dates from the reign of Seti II, who ruled from the 1200 to 1194 BC during the 19th dynasty of the New Kingdom. The story preserved on the Papyrus de Orpini, which is currently held in British Museum. So, this story was found written in a papyrus, and as of now, it is preserved in the British Museum. So let us find out the similarities of Egyptians and Filipinos in terms of culture, beliefs, respect, and love for family, and also reverence to God as depicted in this selection. So I want you to take note upon watching the said video. Are you now ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's start the video.
The Two Brothers, Egyptian Folktale. Once there were two brothers. Anpu was the elder, and Batak was the younger. When their parents died, Anpu was already married and had a house of his own, so he took his little brother with him and treated him like his son. When the little brother grew to be a young man, he became an excellent worker. He did the plowing, he harvested the corn, and there was no one his equal in the whole land. Behold, the Spirit of God was within him. Every morning, the younger brother fed his oxen and worked all day in the fields, and every evening he returned to the house with vegetables, milk, and wood. He laid all these before his elder brother, and he took with him his bread, and he drove the cattle into the field. Because Anpu loved his brother very much, his wife became very jealous, and she wanted to destroy Batak. One day, when Anpu and Batak were in the fields, they needed some corn. So Anpu sent Batak home to get some. The younger brother found the wife calming and doing nothing. By evening, Anpu returned home earlier than his brother because Batak had much work to do in the fields. Anpu was met by his wife, who was crying bitterly. She showed him her arms and legs, which he had painted black and blue, and accused Batak of having beaten her up. She pretended to be in great pain. She did not give him water to wash his hands with. She did not light the fire for him. She pretended that she was very sick. Who became very angry. He sharpened his knife and waited for Batak in the stable. When the sun went down, Batak came home as usual, loaded with herbs, milk, and wood. As he entered the door, he saw the feet of his brother and the sharp knife hanging by his side. The brothers sprang from him, and Batak praying to the god Ra. So god Ra heard his cry. He made a flood between one brother and the other and filled it with crocodiles. Batak asked his elder brother why he had killed him. Did he not consider him as his brother and had treated Anpu as if he was his father? Had not Anpu's wife a mother to Batak? So, Batak decided to go to the valley of Acacia. So, Anpu went home. He found his wife near the river, washing off the black and blue dye with which she painted herself. Filled with great anger, Anpu killed his wife and cast her to the dogs. Then he sat down, poured ashes on his head, and mourned for his younger brother. Batak reached the valley of Acacia. Since there was no one with him, he slew wild beasts for food, built himself a house, and the 9 gods who knew of his innocence and goodness. Ra said to the god Kunumu, "Frame a woman for Batak, that he may not remain alone." So Kunumu made for Batak a wife to dwell with him. She was indeed more beautiful than any other woman in the whole land. She was like a goddess, and Batak loved her very much.
For our guide questions after watching the said video, number 1. Why did Anpu's wife get jealous of Batak? Anyone?
Maybe Anpu's wife get jealous of Bata because she felt that Anpu's intention was uh, given only to Bata and not with her.
Okay, that's right, because Anpu's attention is mostly given to Bata instead of his wife because they are working together.
Yes.
But on the wife's end, she is already jealous about that, right? Next, if you are Anpu and you are a Filipino, what will you do knowing that your wife has lied to you?
If I were Anpo and I was a Filipino, if I had knew that my wife lied to me, of course I will not kill her, but instead I will talk to her wholeheartedly and in a nice way and
Thank
to
you.
solve the conflict.
Very good. So that is one thing that you must never do to kill a person. It is said that in the Ten Commandments, yes, that thou shalt not kill. So why would you do that? Instead, you just calm yourself, think, internalize, um, from the root, what 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 is the cause of this, right? Why did this happen? So you just need to more on analyze and solve the problem properly instead of doing such thing, which is criminal things. How will you feel if you were accused by a crime you did not commit? Like what happened to Bata?
You will be sad, worried, confused.
Yes, first is
You will question your
yes, you will question yourself on what part of it na did you do wrong, right? Or I didn't do anything.
But why did
Yes,
other
why did
people
it happen, right? So you will have this
You will overthink.
overthinking. Okay. What traditions of Egyptians that are alike with Filipino traditions based on the story?
Well, it was being shown in the story where uh, there is a plowing, harvesting. Then the people or the characters of the story are religious,
Yes.
and then also Anpo and Bata shows brotherhood or being family oriented.
Wow. Yes, you are exactly right. Because, like Filipinos, we are also doing the harvesting thing. Most of
Yes.
us are farmers. And then we are also religious. And indeed, we have a good family orientation within
Or
us.
one, we live in an extended family.
Yes, that is right as well. That most of us live in an extended family. Very good. What have you learned in the story?
I have learned a story that do not trust, even though I do not trust easily of what other people say. Like for example, what did Anpo's wife, like Anpo, Anpo was very wrong on trusting or believing directly to his wife, to his wife, that um, his wife accused Bata of doing such a thing that it doesn't happen. And then I also learned that family is family. Do not ever broke your um, connection just because of one happening that is not true, really true.
Yes. So, um, we need to um, know both sides
Yes.
first, right? You need to ask the other one and then also listen to the other one. Do not make
One-sided.
yes, do not be one-sided, and also you need to have time. Give time for
Chances.
the other
People.
people inside the family. So you need to be fair as well. That's it. Before application, I would like to ask this question. Do you have any further questions or violent reaction about the story?
None so far, ma'am.
Okay, so it seems that you really understand the story, right?
Yes.
Because you can really answer properly. So now let's move on. The class will be divided into 4 groups. We are already 4 groups, and each of you will be given a task to create literary works about the problems in the society and how to resolve them. You will be graded according to the rubrics given. You will be given 5 minutes to accomplish the task. So here is your task. Group 1, you need to write a poem about solving the problem, society problem, child labor. Group 2, create a song about solving the problem, child abuse. Group 3, you need to create a short drama on what to do in times of war. And Group 4, write a slogan on how to prevent chronic illness like the one that we have right now, which is COVID-19. You will be given 10 minutes to fulfill this application. our activity. Timer starts now. Okay, so you did a great job. Now, let us proceed to the assessment. For the assessment, you need to get your quiz notebook and write your answers there. So this is the assessment. You will be given 5 minutes to answer this, and then we will already check. Alright, so for your assignment, you will be given a problem solution chart, and you must identify the problems and provide solution based on the selection that we just watched. So here is the problem solution chart, the problems that we encounter in the two brothers, and also the solution. So I hope that everything is cleared, and I would like to end our lesson with this saying. Brother and sister's relationship are like Tom and Jerry. They tease and irritate each other, knock each other down, but cannot live without each other. Thank you for listening our lesson for today, and have a wonderful day ahead.